Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Kassandra and I'm going to take you through this yin yoga practice with extra long holds. So this is an intense class. Normally when I teach yin, we hold the poses for 3 to 5 minutes, but personally I really like to sometimes go up to 8 or 9 minutes per pose. So that's what we're going to be doing in this class. Of course, this is definitely more intense. If you're newer to the practice of yin, I would recommend maybe not doing this one and doing the other yin classes that I have here on my channel. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to give this a try. It's a great way to really increase your flexibility. It's also a really wonderful mental challenge as well, which is something that I enjoy. And hopefully it will leave you feeling really good and really rejuvenated in your body. I'm not using any props for this practice, but if you have them at home, of course, you can grab them, even if it's just like pillows and some blankets, that can help as well. Just remember, if you need to come out of a pose early, please do this. This is your practice. Just because I'm holding to 8 or 9 minutes, if it's not appropriate for you, you can definitely cut the pose short or come out of it and go back into it. So a nice little challenge. Let's see how it goes. We are going to start in half butterfly, so you can stay seated. Extend your right leg out to the side. You want to make sure your knees and your toes are pointing up. Left foot is to the inside of your thigh. And you can choose to just fold forward if you'd like and maybe support yourself with your hands or with some pillows. I'm going to fold over towards my right shin and right knee, letting gravity pull me into it. You can turn your palms to face up towards the sky. You can also even support your head with your palms, whichever version of this pose works the best to you. And we're primarily targeting the back of our right leg as well as in our lower back. So try to relax those spots in your body. You can use a little bit of arm strength to support yourself here, but try not to overexert anything. So we're here for about 8 minutes. Your body will naturally open up a little more as time passes. Just keep breathing soft and steady in and out through your nose. Try to relax your chest, soften your jaw. See if you can just let yourself get a little heavier in this pose. Now try to use arm strength primarily to extremely slowly come out of the pose. Breathe in as you walk your hands back. Just feeling the release of this deep stretch. Take your time to make your way on the other side. Probably feeling it quite intensely along the back of that right leg. So we'll give it a break by bringing the right foot in, left leg goes out this time. And again, maybe you're choosing to fold straight down in front of you, or you can walk and move over towards your left shin and left knee this time. Choosing where you're putting your hands, maybe to support your head, or you can use pillows, blocks, blankets, whatever you have at home. Or you can just let your gravity pull you deeper into this forward fold. This is really intended to be a stress relieving class. I find that these really long holds help to melt away physical tension, but also any mental or emotional tension as well. And it can be quite challenging, we have nowhere to go but to sit with our thoughts and to sit with the feelings that are coming up in each pose. But this is why yin can be so powerful and transformative. Try to breathe through the intensity and soften into it. Notice if any part of your body has started to tense back up, or even just noticing where your mind has started to wander off to. We're trying to cultivate true mindfulness, staying in the present moment. Nowhere else to go, nothing else to do, but to be with yourself right now. Fully as before, use your arms to lift yourself up. And you can bring that left knee in. And just take a moment here sitting. You might want to do like a windshield wiper motion. Notice what your body needs after this forward fold. And we'll come on to hands and knees, setting ourselves up for swan pose. And we will be in this one for a while. So take your time to really set it up properly in a way that works for you and is not too intense. Your right knee goes behind your right wrist. You stretch and extend your left leg out. And this is where maybe if you have some blankets, pillows, blocks, bolsters, whatever you're using at home, you can put it under your seat so that you're staying a little bit more elevated. And you can choose to stay up on your hands, working the pose from here. Or you could lower down onto your forearms, finding length through your spine. or lowering all the way down. About 8 minutes or so right here. And for the first minute in this pose, take the time to move a little, to readjust, reposition yourself, so that for the following or the remainder of our time, you can really settle and not have to fidget or move and contract your muscles. So just because you start off one way doesn't mean you have to stay in this exact same shape for the entire length of the pose. Really honor your body and readjust as needed. See if you can breathe a little bit deeper. What do you need in this moment? How can you bring in more spaciousness to this pose, to this practice, maybe even to your life overall? Be super mindful of how you exit this pose. Take your time. So coming back through onto your forearms and onto your palms. And we just step back into tabletop pose. Whew. Don't know about you, but it feels really intense to come out of this one. It might feel good just to stretch your back leg behind you or to take some hip circles. And second side, whenever you're ready. Left knee behind your wrist. Stretch it out. Totally normal to have a completely different experience with the second side. Try to square off the hips and the pelvis. Maybe propping yourself up. And you can do this pose up from your palms. You might lower down to your forearms. Maybe you start up higher and gradually lower towards the floor as time goes on. Or you can just stack your palms and your forearms and rest your head. Full relaxation here. So the 3 principles of Yin Yoga are to find your edge, resolve to be still, and hold the pose. Finding your edge, meaning that you're not chasing sensation or pushing yourself too far. Less truly is more, especially when we're holding a pose for so long. Resolving to be still means that we are not contracting and engaging our muscles, but really letting gravity doing the work for us. So not fidgeting or moving, unless of course you just need a break and you need to come out of the pose early. Please do so if that's the case. And hold the pose means that in Yin, for a pose to be Yin, it needs to be held for a minimum of 2 minutes, usually a maximum of 10 minutes. Try to relax and see if you can even maybe enjoy your time here. Keep your breath traveling in and out through your nose. And breathing all the way down into your lower belly. As if you could breathe directly into your pelvic bowl, directly into that left hip, inviting it to open a little more. Really slowly ease out. Coming back through your forearms, onto your palms, and stepping that foot and leg back. Really slow here. Maybe stretching your left leg behind you or doing some hip circles. We'll give our lower body a bit of a break. We'll be coming into Sphinx. Sphinx for the first half, Seal for the second half, if this is appropriate for your body at this time. So you can lower down onto your forearms, and you can make this a little bit more comfortable for your lower back by widening your feet away from one another. You can also decrease the sensation by bringing your elbows further out in front of you. So what I don't want is for you to feel jamming and pinching in your lower back. This is really intended to be more for your mid and upper back into your chest. So choose how you can best make that happen. So for the first 4 minutes or so, we'll be in this variation. And then if you want, you'll be able to move into seal pose with the elbows lifted off. Once we reach that halfway point, I'll let you know. So readjust. And I like to just roll the shoulders back. I'm kind of melting my heart forward. Lightly pushing the pubic bone into the floor and holding here. So before we go into seal pose, just give your arms and shoulders and back a bit of a break. You can rest your forehead over your palms. A few breaths here. And I know this is a challenging one to hold. Like even for me, this is difficult for shoulders and arms. But we are doing it for the benefit of our spine. But if it feels like it's too much, you're welcome to press back into a child's pose or do another pose for about 4 minutes. You can also just repeat your Sphinx if you'd like. Otherwise, if you would like to move into our second variation here, we'll be pressing up into seal. And seal, I like to widen my palms towards the edges of the mat. And I am rolling my shoulders down, but I'm also letting my chest kind of melt forward. And this makes it a lot easier for me to hold the pose. Again, no jamming in your lower back. You can push a little bit into your pubic bone. Just create lots of space here. See if you can spin your elbow creases forward. So you're really maintaining a rotation through your shoulders. Remember, you can always lower out if this one is too much. Keep sending the breath all the way down to your low belly. And go ahead and release. And we're just going to press back into an easy child's pose, like a seed version. for about 1 minute or so as a way to relax our shoulders. And this is also a counter pose for our back bend. So keep your knees close together. Should feel really nice to let your spine round in the opposite way. Arms reaching back, folding here. Just feel yourself decompress completely here. Let's actually take 3 cleansing breaths. So inhaling through the nose and a big exhale out the mouth. 3 rounds. One more. Big breath in. Letting it go. Let's lower onto our backs. We'll finish off with a lang spinal twist, a variation on cat pulling its tail. So really getting into the legs and our spine. I'm not going to do the full variation of cat pulling its tail, but you're welcome to do if you'd like. So as you lower down, start by extending your left leg straight and pull your right knee into your belly. From here, you can cross your right thigh over your chest and straighten your right leg. See if you can slide your left hand further down that leg. It's okay for the knee to be a little bent here. And if you know this is too much for you, you can keep that knee bent completely. I'm going to do this variation where I'm just letting my right arm go out to the side. If you wanted to do the full variation of cat pulling its tail, you can bend into your left knee and hold onto your foot with your right hand. You might also prefer to gaze over your right shoulder, holding here, stacking one hip right over the other. bring your head back through to center. Release the hold of your right leg and come back through to the middle. Readjust yourself, and we'll find this twist and leg stretch on the other side. So right leg straightens. Pull your left knee to your belly. Cross your left thigh and straighten your left leg any amount. You can slide that right hand down, maybe towards your calf, your ankle, your foot. And then left arm reaches out to the side, and you can look over your left shoulder. Bring your head through to center first. Release the hold of your leg. And we're coming to Savasana, our well-deserved rest here. In this final resting pose, take up some space and really feel the effects of these long poses, these long held stretches. A very deep yin yoga practice. Where do you feel this the most? Just relax and let yourself integrate and absorb the work that you've done. About 5 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes again, right here. And if you've practiced with me before, you know that I do love to work with affirmations. In Shavasana, if you'd like, you might want to choose an affirmation to internally repeat to yourself. It's just a positive statement stated in the present tense. It can be anything you'd like. One that I like to work with is I am healthy, whole, and complete. I am healthy, whole, and complete. But it can be whatever you'd like. Deepen your breath. Let's wake up. Stretching it all out, reaching your arms up overhead. Small movements here that can re-energize your body. And we'll meet in a seated pose. You can roll to one side, pushing to lift up. Closing your eyes once you're here, join your palms together, Anjali Mudra. Grounding down deeply. We'll close this practice with the chant of Om one time. Inhale to chant, big breath in. Om. Thank you so very much for doing this practice with me. I do hope you enjoyed this deep stretch yin yoga practice with extra long holds. I know it certainly was a challenging one. Personally, this tends to be how I practice at home. I especially love to do this before bed, helps to unwind, but it's great at any time of the day. Thank you again. Leave me a comment below. Please subscribe, and hopefully I will practice again with you very soon.